What's happening, guys? Aaron Pankey from Mulder. I play guitar and I sing, and this is our crib on tour. All right, so right now we are on tour with Exhumed, Vitriol, Escuela Grind, and ourselves, and Castrator will be taking off over for us next week once we hop off. It's been excellent. We started in Portland. On our way, we booked a few shows just on our own. Those were killer. We got to play with Phobophilic, Trash Casket, some really cool bands, but the tour's been excellent. Everyone's treated us very great so far. The response has been amazing, and I can't be more grateful and thankful for it. All right, so this is our rental. This is our first tour, so we're not quite sure how it would go over, whether or not we want to keep at it, and I'm thinking we are. It's been awesome, but for now, we went with Enterprise, and we got ourselves this 15-passenger cargo van. So this is where everyone sleeps instead of staying up to help me out when it comes to the driving duties. Me personally, I'm very anxious. I don't feel too comfortable letting the other guys drive at night, especially in terrain we're not familiar with. We went out west for the first time, so a lot of mountain driving, a lot of night driving, and yeah, I took most of the duties with that. So very sleep deprived, but you know, that's all right, you know. Much more secure and confident that we're going to get to place that way. Otherwise, during the day, everyone takes their shifts and everyone has their turn, and it's excellent. But for the most part, I am the pilot of this ship here. So as far as rolling into town, kind of musiced out, if I'm being completely honest with you. You know, we're on tour, we're playing every night, we're hearing the house PA every night, but a lot of podcasts, a lot of comedy stuff. But the big thing is, I don't know, I'm sentimental, so when I roll into specific towns, I like to throw on those towns' bands, whether they're big, small, whatever, just records that mean something to me, and they just kind of hit a little bit different when you're rolling into their city limits. So these here, this is a tour essential for Midwest boys Mulder. We eat very unhealthily and we drink a lot of beer. And on top of that, you know, we do a lot of smoking. So Tums of any kind, whether they're generic, real deal Tums, you know, the tablets, we keep those on deck because we often need them, if not, you know. Every single day though, for sure, that is the big talk, is where's the bottle of Tums? I'd like that passed to me, please. This is where the magic happens. This is where we do most of the sleeping and most of the gear storing. Fortunately for this run, Escuela and Exhumed were kind enough to take care of us with backlines, so we really got to minimalize what we brought for gear. For now, it's inside the venue, so you get to see an empty backside of the van, but right here is the main bench. This is where the most comfortable sleep happens. We definitely take our turns there because, like I said, it's the best area to sleep. And so on this tour, the boys, not myself, I've been doing a lot of driving. They've been doing a lot of reading. I couldn't tell you exactly what they're reading, but let's see what we got. We got a book here. We got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino. That would be a Dominic book for sure. So he's been doing a lot of reading with that. I know Kyle, our drummer, has been playing a lot of Sudoku. You know, getting his brain sharp, ready to go with the numbers. Getting his back ready to go with his back roller. Every time we stop at a rest stop, we'll bust this bad boy out and use it. Down here we have our little house plug power inverter, because you know we all have chargers and bullshit, Nintendo Switches, and we like to keep that thing, or those things rather, nice and charged so we can use them. Yep. So back here is our second bench. As you can see, it is only 2 seats, so we do what we can to stack some pillows on top of our kick drum when it is in here. And this then becomes a full bench to lay across. This is easily the most uncomfortable spot in the van. It does suck to be back here, so once you're back here, you're kind of stuck for the duration of the drive. It's a kind of a pain to get in and out here. Back here, we have just blankets and whatnot, but this is what we use to cover up our toms, our hardware, our guitars, our gear, and so forth. Most of that sits here and on the floor, and this back bench here we use for pretty much all of our merchandise, food, snacks, anything that's like miscellaneous that we don't necessarily need up in the front of the cabin. So we got a bunch of big boy nonsense, you know, some potato sticks. Let's see, we got pretzel peanut butter, bites. We've got pecan cookies, you know, we got it all. Generic Cheez-Its. You can't go wrong with all these snacks, let me tell you. If you're on a budget and you're on the road, that's definitely the place to shop. We've been picking up tons of hot chips on this tour here. Picking up Doritos that we don't have regionally here in the Midwest, or at least in Chicago specifically. So this has been super excellent. We like food a lot. So it's been very cool to get things that we don't typically get to have. Aside from that, you know, We've got some Couplet candies. Typically this sits underneath Jar Jar Binks at the merch table. If you've seen us live, you know what's going on with that. But you know, just for the time being, chilling out in the van with the rest of the food. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. You know, some cheese crackers, some popcorn and whatnot, just general snackage for the road. So there are 4 of us in the band, and only 3 of us are insured to drive the vehicle. So Carlos, our lead guitarist, he's typically in this back uncomfortable bench because, you know, he gets the short end of the stick. We're doing all the driving, we're doing all the bullshit, so he gets to at least lay and be sleepy and be comfortable as best as he can. But typically, he stays back here, and then this front seat here and the main bench is alternated between myself, Dominic, and Kyle. Like I said, typically I do most of the night driving, so more often than not, those are the hours of which we drive. So I am typically in that front seat there driving, and it's usually Dominic and Kyle alternating on whether or not who gets to sleep for a few hours and who gets to sit up front and try and sleep for a few hours. So I'd like to thank you guys for taking a moment to watch this video and check out our tour rig here, our van. We are touring in support of our brand new record via Prosthetic Records and Head Split Records. It's called Engrossed and Decay. It dropped in July. If you're into disgusting fucking death metal, I think it may be for you. Just want to thank Exhumed, Vitriol, Escuela for taking care of us on this run. This is our first tour, and it's been nothing but super special and monumental for us. It's been an excellent time. As far as whether you want to check it out, the record, you can find us on Bandcamp at molderil.bandcamp.com, and we're also available on Spotify, Pandora, and all the other streaming services. Again, thank you for taking the time to check this out, and I hope you enjoyed the band.